Hello, hello. Good evening, Karen. I see 15 people watching, so there must be some people in the background lurking somewhere. I'm guessing my girlfriend might be there. Maybe not yet. She doesn't like commenting, so hello, darling, beautiful princess, queen, however you want me to call you. Selj might be lurking in the background as well. I know that there's a certain Hadri that watches me once in a while. So thank you for watching. And thank you for everyone else who might be lurking in the background, not chatting. Crucy does gardening and stuff. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's been a crazy, crazy, crazy week. Amanda, lurking, awesome. Thank you so much. She'll comment you're funny looking. Probably, because I am. Hello, Dave. Eating, awesome. It's been so busy lately that I kind of realized that usually at my birthday, I have like a little celebration with all of you. My birthday was like 2 weeks ago, and I didn't do nothing at all. Usually on the Friday before Halloween, I also have a little Halloween party with, some of my friends that would join me on the live stream and have a little chat about what they used to do or what it used to be like when they were kids or when they were older. I don't judge. But it's just not happening. I completely forgot about it. I honestly, I didn't even realize that it was Halloween next Thursday. I have to try to plant my garlic sometime this week. Yeah, I have the same issue. I need to remove my tomato plants from the greenhouse and hopefully be able to plant some garlic. I started coaching the handball team. So surprisingly, there was about 20 players that joined, which is kind of cool. Not too many girls, though. That's the thing. I need to have at least 5 on my team. But anyway, I wanted to do with a big group like this. I need to have access to the full gym to be able to do a proper practice and give all the kids a chance. And when I started looking at the gymnasium availability, there was only Wednesday right after school. I'm at work, and it's kind of hard for the parents as well, especially since we're combined schools. We have 2 schools playing on the same team. So I figured I'll check, and maybe Thursday I can have a practice. The guy that usually has the gym on Thursday told me he wasn't going on Thursday. So I reserved the gym for Thursday without realizing that it was Halloween. So that's how busy I've been. I didn't even notice that it was in a week from now, less than a week from now. Toilet paper in the tree reminds me of Halloween. I collected a lot of garlic chive seeds, though. Awesome. Garlic chives. I have some as well. What kind of game? It's handball, like you would see on TV. It's kind of a mix between basketball and soccer. You have to dribble the ball every 3 steps. You have a certain amount of time before you move or pass the ball. There's a line you can't cross, and you have to try to make goals. You have to shoot on a goalie. So it's a pretty fast game, pretty intense. It's fun though. It's the first game that the kids around here play for the Acadian games, like the middle school kids. This will be their first competitive sport. Last year, I had a bunch of grade 5ers. When you have a lot of grade 5 and you play against teams that are mostly made with grade 6, and some of those 6th graders were my size. And my son Lucas, goes maybe up to my waist. He's kind of short to play against those players. But this year, they're all taller. They're all a little bit bigger. And we're going to play against team that we should be playing against. So we should have a good team, and I'm hoping to, kids have fun and we can all make it to the Acadian Games once and for all, because it should be our time now. I need to get garlic planted too. Yeah. Same thing. Same thing. It's been hectic. Last Saturday, I don't know if you saw the picture. I don't remember if I posted it for everyone or just for members only. I think it was for everyone. My daughter Alexa and I were at a show. They were doing this event for mental health awareness. Some of the people that were singing were not necessarily singers, but there were people that were that came back from mental illness of some sort, and music was a way for them to fight those illness, to fight those what's the word, stereotypes and stuff. So we had a lot of great singers. The show was awesome. Hopefully, when I get the video, I'll be able to take the part where I was singing and be able to show it. It was great. There was a guy there that lit up the room completely, and they want us to do a duo next year, Alexa and I. So I'm kind of trying to work on possibilities of songs that we could sing. But anyway, it was it was awesome. I had lots of fun, but it was a whole day, not a whole day event, but we were asked to go for the general practice at 10 in the morning. By the time everything was set up, by the time we ended up doing our test, our sound check, or whatever you want to call it, it was around 2:30 in the afternoon, and the show was at 7. So we had to be there for 6. So we came back home, had our supper, went back there right away. And Sunday morning, got up, wanted to go grouse hunting, but after like 4 hours of hunting, we hadn't seen one single grouse. So I decided to call it a day, came back home, ended up reaching my girlfriend's cousin. He told me a pretty creepy story, and I'm not going to go too much in details, but his kid wasn't feeling too well, and the doctors couldn't find what he had. He had like stomach pain, like cramps and stuff, and he wasn't being himself. He couldn't eat and couldn't sleep. It was around day 9, day 10th, until he decided he was going to try one of those dewormer. He went to the pharmacy, got a prescription for worms, and he had worms. He had like this one huge worm coming out. So that just shows that if you have animals that go outside, if you have cats that go on a hunt, if you have farm animals, it could be a possibility. They don't always show on the x-rays. They don't always show on a CT scan. You might have worms. I don't want to scare anyone. Just keep that in mind. It's like a 2 pill, depending on which one you get, but it's like 2 pills. You take 1 pill now and another dose in 2 weeks. The kid was doing a lot better the next day. So, keep that in mind. But I was there Sunday because he called me. I wanted to go take a look at the apple trees that I air grafted. Turns out that the big ones, the big branches that I hair grafted, did not do too well. They have this little bump on the side, like on the crown, kind of, but they didn't do as well as I was hoping they were going to do. But the small one, there was one that actually had like a root on it. There was a root, like the little hair root. So I planted that one when I got home. Plus, there's another one that had a shoot coming out new sprout coming out of the branch, like a new. You could see that it was not just a branch coming out; it was really, um, a new growth, its own little tree. So I took that out, gave it some rooting hormones to try to give it more roots, and I have it in my kitchen. So I was able to get 2 apple trees out of that run, plus that one small that's in my kitchen right now. Um, Total, I am pretty sure that 2 of my air grafted apple trees actually add like a good root that formed on those little um, in those little root balls. And funny fact, there was a few branches that I hair grafted at my cousin's place, and turns out that I went over with Selge. I went to see Selge, and one of them I forgot to put the rooting hormones, and it still had the roots forming. So the smaller the balls are, the smaller the branches are, the better. That's what I realized. And next spring, I will take some more of those small balls, and I will start hair grafting all the little apple trees I can with those small balls. So yes, the trees will be a lot smaller. They will be a lot younger in terms of, you know, they won't be like very old and mature apple trees. It might take an extra 3 to 4 years before I can actually get some apples. But I will give them a lot of manure. I will give them a lot of compost, give them a lot of love, and hopefully I can save them and get some free apple trees that will produce some delicious apples. Worst comes to worst, I will graft right on those new apple trees. I know for a fact that I have one growing in the back of my property that I dug up like maybe 5 years ago. The tree ended up dying, but there was a new shoot that came out of that old stump. So I took care of it. I cut everything around it, and now it's about a foot and a half tall. I don't know what kind of apple it's going to grow. It should grow the same thing as the apple tree itself. In theory, it should be like a new clone of that tree. That being said, I know that it was not crab apples. So whatever it is I get, I'll take it and I will enjoy it. Even if it was crab apples, I know that I will have crab apples from Sarah's tree, at least 2 of them. They're still good for pollinators. They're still good for jelly. Um, if I have them, I'll use them. So that's the story about the apple trees that I harvested at Kevin's place. And he also had a bunch of tomato plants in his huge greenhouse. He was getting tired of harvesting tomatoes. He told me that I could just go in there and harvest whatever I wanted because all the rest was going to garbage. So I ended up harvesting another 40 pounds of beautiful, huge Roma tomatoes, which is awesome. I will be able to do some more spaghetti sauce in the winter. I also, the guy that gave me, what was it? The sea buckthorn berries a couple of weeks ago. He also gave me a bunch of different plants. He also had a few new growth of sea buckthorn berry shrubs. So he put them in a pot for me, and I picked it up yesterday, transplanted it, and hopefully I'll have some more of those as well. I should be planting garlic next week or this weekend. Awesome. Good evening, Temple Acres. Planted my garlic this week. I bought it from the Amish at the farmer's market. That's awesome. I say awesome a lot, but it's pretty cool. Children around here must give a warm medication every 6 months too. It's just over the counter. But if you eat a lot of garlic, they say you don't need to. Yeah, I heard that too. If you eat a lot of garlic, apparently it's a good dewormer, good natural dewormer. Maybe it would be a good idea to not take a chance and do it like at least once a year. My girlfriend's cousin was telling me that he was told when he was younger that he had an hernia, and after taking the dewormer, he said that he didn't feel the pain anymore. So he's thinking that it might not have been an hernia; it might have been just worms that he had since I don't know when. Now, I doubt that the worms would stay that long in your body before you would actually get very sick, but he was feeling better, so it's what really matters. And that if I had worms, that could explain why I have indigestions often. So I'll probably take a look and see if I can get that medication just to be sure. Hello, Tiffany. Thank you for stopping by. Saying hi, saying hi. For last fall, I got my garlic from 2 places in Ontario and 1 place in BC. I kept my large garlic bulbs from this year to replant. Nice. Good evening, CR. How's it going? I collected some seeds from my tomatoes this year. The only seeds I actually collected were the ones from the Okosomen, the Gete Okosomen squash. And the reason I wanted to focus on them this year is because with the seeds were $10 plus an extra $5 of shipping, or it could have been like $9.06. Anyway, it came up to $15 for a pack of seeds. For $15, I ended up getting 12 seeds. I gave 2 seeds away to one of my colleagues. She ended up growing a bunch of them. I'm pretty sure I planted all the rest of the seeds I had. And I ended up harvesting all the seeds I could out of the 3 or 4 squash that I cut and froze. I still have a few ones in the kitchen to take care of. Sorry. And I ended up harvesting about maybe well over 100 seeds. So I will be able to share some of those seeds with some of you in the fall, in the spring, I mean. And those squash get very big. Like they can go up to 30 pounds. And they have this lemony taste. Pretty cool, pretty different. It's just do it. That was my first time doing it. I'll see how they turn out. Got green onions still going. That's pretty cool as well. Yeah, 12 seeds for $15. But I have to say that even for $15, it was worth it because the squash ended up being very, very big. Well, I harvested one that was 13 pounds. And they don't have, like, the flesh is quite thick. You know, usually you'll have a squash and you end up having like this thick all around and the rest is just like the mushy stuff in the middle with the seeds. But this has like a really thick flesh, like the crust or whatever that you call it, and like the part you can eat. I canned a few. I froze a few. The type of squash is the Gete Okosomen. Gete Okosomen. So if you want to Google it, there's actually a pretty cool story about those squash. I still have to finish harvesting the sunflowers. We'll go ahead and do it. No frost in the deep south. I still have a month to go. It's funny because we've been having temperatures over 20s during the day. Celsius, which is almost like summer weather, but it gets really cold at night. Like I said, a heavy squash, sunflower, pumpkins. Yep. Let me see if I can just find the story. Okosomen squash. Do I get 70 Fahrenheit. When seed saver Roger Smith brought seeds to National Heirloom Exposition in 2015. The squash had gained internet fame as the 800-year-old squash after a story circulated that the seeds had been found in 2008 inside a clay pot during an archaeological dig on Menominee tribal land of Wisconsin. Compelling as it might be, however, the story isn't true. So that what's the true? Okay, so that wasn't even true. Well, I'm sorry for everyone. I lied without knowing. Been grown for centuries by the Miami people of Indiana, and its story demonstrates the critical role of seed stewardship in indigenous communities. According to the University of Wisconsin, Professor Emeritus David Rohn, they had been grown and protected by members of the Miami Nation of Indiana for hundreds, perhaps even thousands of years. He spent much time of his career studying the history of indigenous people around the Great Lakes. Okay, so the story wasn't true, and I'm sorry about that. And I'm sorry about that too. On a trip to Miami, on a tour of the gardens, they pointed out two kinds of squash to the man. One was described as a regular squash, which the woman told him had been in the tribal economy for many generations. As Rohn wrote in a memo to the Whitehurst Land Recovery Project, perhaps one or 2,000 years. Each year, they took careful steps to prevent the squash plant from cross-pollinating and save the seeds season after season. Okay. Another, they said, had been found in a ledge deep inside an underground cave in Kentucky. Dating of the remnants show that they could be as 4,000 to 5,000 years old. Well, okay, so it is a very old squash, but it was not found in clay, as was previously told. So, all right, I'll just share the link. You guys can go and have a read on it. It's pretty cool, though. It's still pretty amazing, regardless of if the story is true or not. Yeah, pretty straightforward. You just put the seeds in the ground, and well, sometimes for sunflowers, I like to start them inside early. I could win like an extra month, and then you have to. I like to boil them for like 5 minutes in very, very salty water, and then I roast them in the oven. And they taste almost like you would get at the grocery store. The only difference is mine were a little bit more soft. Like they were more like, I don't know, more mushy than what you get at the grocery store, or for seeds, sunflower seeds. Awesome, yeah. Hubbard's cool. You can have enough for both. Yeah, true. And that's the hard part about having big squash. They're hard to cut through. I did not save squash seed this year because I grew 6 kinds. Yeah, they're probably gonna cross pollinate. I might have the same issue. Maybe I'll end up planting them and I won't have. It's true. I never thought about that. But hey, I can send the seeds. Someone who wants to grow squash, and maybe some of them will be pure. I don't think I have any left from last year. Geteoko summon squash. I have some delicata squash, which is what I thought I had. I had some fresh sunflower taste like nutty corn. Franken squash. Yeah, I my brain is so fried. Like I didn't even think about cross pollination. I just picked the seeds. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I'm gonna get some seeds. But yeah, now that you mention it, yeah, it was pretty dumb. It's what did I do Monday? Monday I started the handball practices. Tuesday I had an online class. Wednesday, what did I do Wednesday? I think Wednesday I decided to just take a day off. I think that's what happened. I just wanted to take a day off. I was exhausted. I had a test today for my class, and I wanted to study yesterday. Yesterday I got home, fed the animals. I ate my supper, laid on a couch for 5 minutes, and then I opened my eyes, and it had been like 6 hours. Went downstairs and went to bed with my day close. I passed out. I mean, I don't know. I was exhausted. And I woke up this morning realizing that, hey, I need to study. I don't have time because my test was today and I have to go to work. But I did the test and I did, I think it was 80%, which is, it's all right. I'm happy with that. 80% is good. Yeah, spaghetti squash. It tastes like butternut squash. That would be pretty cool. I have some butternut squash. That's what I should do tomorrow. I should cook it, make some creamy soup with it. Oh, that would be good. 1,000 seeds out of sunflowers. Yes, definitely. Even more. Yeah, it's just that it was for like 3 weeks in a row. That was just nonstop. I had something like every day. We had a wedding, and then it was my daughter playing soccer tournament, and then we had that show last weekend. My dad wants to go test our pew pews because deer hunting season is coming soon. And he's like, "Are you sure you're gonna be able to come this time there? Because you're always so busy. Like, are you gonna find something else to do, or are you really gonna be available to come?" I'm like, "No, I'll be there." Something else I realized is the bears, black bears, they don't like those root balls that I put on the apple trees. I had some on my dad's land. The ball, like the plastic balls, were ripped apart. The ones I had on my girlfriend's cousin, I said to him at some point, I said, "I'm pretty sure I had more than that installed." He's like, "Well, where would they be? Like we would see them by now." And I kept looking and I kept looking, and I knew for a fact that I had more than what I had. Uh, when we ended up cutting all the branches, I knew there were some missing. And I went around one of the apple tree, and I could see the branch where we had cut, the bear poop on the ground, and the ball was not there. I told him, I said, "Look, there was one here, and it's not there anymore." And he was like, "Oh, good catch." Yeah. Because when you have apple trees, you have bears. Luckily, my neighbor has a lot of apple trees, and I've never seen bears on her property. That doesn't mean they don't go, but usually, if you have apple trees in the woods, you have bears. Serge has apple trees, and he has bears. And I was just lucky that nothing went in my chicken coop yet, because my chicken coop is just down from one of the apple trees. So a bear passes by, could smell them, and decide to go after them. Sunflowers have a lot you can chop and draw back in. Yeah, true. Today, my daughter had some emergency dental work. Tonight, doing a fundraising event with my youngest two kids. Tomorrow, bridal shower for my nephew's fiance, with work and chores still every day. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I get it. And that's the thing. I work full time. I now go college part time. Plus, I try to continue the YouTube thing. I have some videos on the work, but I just don't have time to get to them. I don't post pictures or anything for my members, and I'm sorry because I am just overwhelmed with everything going on. Um, I should have some time to do something maybe tomorrow, but Sunday is a day where I have to do some homework. Um, if I can do my homework early enough, then maybe I can do my Sunday morning live stream, and maybe I'll be able to work on one of my video. But I mean, my studies have to come first. Um, what else has been going on? I ended up harvesting some sunchokes. Again, I still have some raspberries outside. We ended up harvesting another pound of raspberries. Um, do you leave the seeds in the ground in fall? Or do you plant them in the spring? Yeah, they don't handle the cold very well. Take a step back, do a few schedule some when possible. Yeah, well, that's what I do now. I try to have some ahead whenever possible. I know that I have to film my pantry. I have to do a little pantry tour. I also know that I have a video about gardening in general. I want to make a video on maybe like the update of closing my garden, like the end of season at my place, to show all the fruit trees that I now have. I would love if I have a few friends that are First Nation that they can go hunt whenever they want. And I would just love for one of them to invite me over to go and be able to film everything they do. Well, everything they, stuff that can be shown on YouTube there, because I can't show the animal going down. But I just wish that one of them would take me along. I know a friend of mine wanted to start his own YouTube channel, but he hasn't done so yet. So it might be a good way for him to learn. At the same time, it would give me content. I have maybe like 3 videos in mind before I go deer hunting, but I'll need some more because I need to have at least 2 for that week. Like I need at least 2 more. One for the week I'll be gone, and one for the week after, because obviously when I get back, I won't have time to work on a video for the following Wednesday. So I'll need to have at least 2 more videos. Now it's hard. It's hard to figure out stuff to do in the winter. Now I'm already there. Like it's already the end of the season. I mean, the animals have been butchered. The garden has been harvested. Whatever I could do in terms of canning was done. There's only maybe like a few stews and chicken soup that I might be able to do. But even that, like, I mean, it's not something I can make a video for too long. It's not something that I can just show you guys, hey, look, I'm doing a video on canning. Most of the people that homestead already know how to can. So I guess they won't overwinter well in the Montreal area either, the sunflower seeds. I'm guessing they would not. Putting back food in fall. Putting back food in fall. Yeah, I could grow some stuff inside. That's true, but I think what I'm going to do is order one of those mushroom grow kit and make another video on those. Because I received 2 boxes to do a video, and only one of them worked. And my girlfriend ended up harvesting them before I actually had time to do my conclusion on that video. So it was kind of improvised. It was just like quickly done, and I'm using it as metaphor. Need to finish canning carrots. Haven't done that yet. My carrots have been canned. I have about 50 canned in water mason jars of carrots, and I have maybe like I'm gonna say about 20 that are vacuum sealed and um, freeze dried. So those are going to be interesting to try as well. I have some beets that can be pretty much used as chips, zucchinis, squash, carrots. I think I have one cucumber as well, and it's pretty cool. I If I had a freeze dryer, I would do so much apples. But I guess when you have what's it called, an air fryer, I guess it does something pretty cool with apples. My boss was telling me today their kids, it's like their new thing. Every night they come home, they chop some apples, they put it in the air fryer for about 6 hours to dehydrate, and that's their snack before they go to bed. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna try that too if I get to find some apples, I guess. It was not a really good year for apples, so hopefully next year is better. And that could have been one of the reasons why my air grafting didn't work as well, because it was a very, very warm and humid summer. So, maybe the trees were trying to manage the water a little bit more. Instead of creating roots, they decided to just let go of those branches. Um, that would be very possible. If we had a more humid, wet summer, maybe it would have been better. Or, somewhere in the middle. Last summer, it was raining pretty much all year, all summer. I think we've had like 5 days of no rain in 2023. 2024, I don't even think we had 3 full days of rain. That's that's insane. Such a big difference from one year to another. Grow some in containers. I could be growing some stuff inside. I have my lead pot system that I could use to grow some more stuff. I need to order those little foam thingy, and I need to clean it, change the water, and buy some new nutrients bottles. Um, I could also grow some more sprouts. I have some more sprout seeds as well. Those are fun to grow, but the only thing is, I'm the only one that likes eating them. So I can only put a few seeds, and then I have to eat it myself. We had straight rain to mid-August, then nothing until yesterday. That's crazy. It's so different from one place to another. And Darren from Torhaven Farm was pretty much in the rain all summer last year and again this year. I can sow in the winter and sow in the spring. You and your board game. What else do I have left? I have some blue pumpkins, whatever they're called. They're tiny. They look like pumpkins. They're small blue squash. They look like pumpkins. I don't know the name, but I have like a dozen of them. And those I want to try as well. I have no idea how to cook them. That's the thing. I have some squash that I've never tried before. I've never cooked them. And I have a lot of food here currently that I've never tried. Like I have some freeze dried zucchinis, cucumbers, and carrots and beets. But other than beets, I've never really tried anything freeze dried. And I ate them freeze dried, like right out of the jar. I didn't put them in water to rehydrate them and then cook them. I was serious. Roast them. Jarradale pumpkins. Let's see. Jarradale pumpkins. It looks something like that, yes. But they don't get that big. They don't get that big. They look more like what's Hubbard squash seeds. Is that it? Let's see. Yeah, that would be it right here. Blue Hubbard squash. Do I have more pictures here? Not really. They're not those ones. They're not those ones. Okay, let's see if I can show you that picture. Present. Share screen. Entire screen. This one. So this is what they are. But they're mostly like bluish, like this. I think they're blue Hubbard squash or pumpkin squash. You may see other pollinators like wasps along with bees. We have a lot of bumblebees at this time of year. They're getting weak. So whenever I see them, I try to help them. Like I found a few ones that were still moving a little bit in water. And I took them out, put them on the ground. It's full of them around my raspberries. Like there's really, really a lot of them. I've seen some honeybees, bumblebees, and some wasps around my raspberries. They won't bother me too much, but still, I don't like when they're in my face. I did that 3 times around this year. Did what? I forgot what I was saying. Did that 3 times this year. I forgot what I said. Oh. Scott with his dirty mind. Poor Scott. Made me laugh. Let's see. So redirect. Prime time Friday. So you're not going live tonight, Scott? Or it's just me again that can't find you? What else is going on? What's going on with all of you guys? I've been ever since that show last weekend, I've been a lot more interested in music. Well, I've always liked music. I'm just not a really good artist. I'm able to write songs, but I can't play music, and I am not really the best singer. So when it comes to song creating, I can manage, but I'm not the one that should be singing those songs. Since they're asking me to sing a song with my daughter next year, well, we kind of have to figure something out. That sounds like fun. planning videos to finish the rest of the year. Already for the rest of the year, I know that I'm gonna be doing some. I want to go up the Sugarloaf Mountain. Uh, I should try to do that tomorrow, actually, or maybe next weekend. Next weekend might be easier for me to do. After Halloween, I'll have some snacks. I just want to show them nice landscaping. I've got the HVAC guys are still here. Oh, okay. All right. Although I don't really have much to talk about. I never know what to talk about. 10 weeks left. That's crazy. I'm speechless. 10 weeks left. 2024. So yeah, 10 videos left. And I was talking earlier how I already have 3 of them. 3 ideas of what to do. 3, 4 maybe. And if I do the Sugarloaf walk, the Sugarloaf hike, that's another one. Wow. Huh? If we have a cold winter, I'll be able to do some ice fishing pretty much every weekend, which is going to be pretty cool. I would love to have like a little tent, just a portable tent that I can bring and open up for ice fishing. And, I could have a little, not a little stove, but just a little something to heat the tent a little bit. Like a heat lamp or something, just to keep the warmth in the little tent. I should talk to Thomas. He's probably going to hop on anytime soon, and I'm going to ask him the question, what's the best thing? Because I don't want to have like a huge, big tent, not something I can sleep on the ice all night, just something I can go ice fishing with the kids and stay warm. If it's too warm outside, the ice won't stay. Cool. Yeah, I want to do a video about ice fishing, and I'm gonna ask for a tent for Christmas from my mom. I just need to find the right one, not too expensive, if possible. If not, well, I'll see what I can do. But I already have the ice auger, one of those 10 wood stove. Yeah, but I don't want to have something that would cost me like an arm and a leg. If I had just something, a little propane tank with just a little tiny stove, those little tanks, if it could last for like 4 hours, it's all I need. We can cook the smells as we fish them. That would be pretty cool. You catch them, you clean them, you cook them right away. That would make a really great video. I made a snow wall before on the ice with help. Cool. Yeah. Well, the thing is about that, I would be able to do it if I was living right next to the sea or right next to where I go ice fishing. But in New Brunswick, there's not many places you can go ice fishing, at least near my house. There's one place that's kind of close, but it's like 2 hours away, an hour and a half maybe. Sugarloaf, not Sugarloaf, Mount Carlton Lake. But you can fish for lake trout and landlocked salmon, which would be pretty cool if I was to catch some of them. I just need to learn more about the rules, what I can and what I can't catch, and it'd be nice to go out there. Thing is, last winter, it was not warm enough. It was not cold enough. It was way too warm. There was not enough ice. I wouldn't trust it going on the ice if there's less than a foot of ice. Just a sec. That's too wet. Maybe a butane burner like gas one. Okay, let me check that one. Amazon. Let's see Amazon. Gas one. Gas one. Okay, I still have plenty of time. GS 3700. Yeah, well, I already have something similar to that, actually. I have one. Let me see. I have one precisely like the one I just shared in the chat. My first fish was from ice fishing. Cool. They were about $17 at Costco. The one I have is a little bit more expensive, but I ended up getting a lot of outdoors gear last year. I just never went to use it. I don't know. I get scared, I guess. I don't like going outside in the winter at night alone with the coyotes we have around. I know chances of them attacking me are very slim, but I'm hoping to be able to go on maybe on Sarah's land at some point, or maybe even on Maxim's land, and go up there and build a little shelter and sleep there for a night. That's something that I would enjoy doing. Make a little shelter with just tiny little birch trees that he has there. I know there's a few birch trees that he wants to cut, and those birch trees, after the season would be done, would be able to use them as firewood. They wouldn't be completely lost. And I would just build a little wall, use the snow to make a little kind of igloo around the birch, and then put a tarp and make a door, have a little stove in there to keep it warm, and spend a night there. That would actually be pretty cool. Hopefully we will go fishing this year. Yeah, I hope I can go too. Yeah, bought a pop-up fish house. That's what I want to have, but I don't know how much they sell for. It was actually just on Amazon. I should have checked. Pop-up ice fishing tent. So they go for about, well, okay, 3 to 4, 6 to 8. So it's $179. It's on sale right now. I will send that to my mom and say, hey, Mom, this is what I want. And what I saw is this one here. Yeah, I want to go ice fishing as well. Let me just send that to my mom. I'm guessing that those portable ice fishing tent are probably good for just sleeping outside in the snow as well. It might keep them warm inside. Yeah, it looks pretty much the same. I think the one I have could be a Coleman burner actually. Let me just put that in my wish list. Where is it? There. Continue shopping. Haha. All right. Yeah, that would be a very good video idea. 2 videos and a few container garden videos already. I try to type fast. I'd be like, you know. And I just use like those 6 fingers. It's just like boom, 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 boom. I've been on a computer a lot since I was a kid. Now I will be working on my homework during the weekend. If I have time, I'll be making a video, maybe 2. But I also want to start working on some music. I would love to have a piano. I don't have one, but Alexa does. Might be able to borrow one of her musical instruments. And if not, I know I have GarageBand on my cell phone. I'm just wondering if GarageBand is free on PC. Would anyone know that? Microsoft Store. Let me check. GarageBand. There's no GarageBand for PC. That's weird. I tried GarageBand app. Yeah, I have the app on my cell phone. GarageBand Music Studio 8. Is it free? Oh, it's $6.49. Oh, cool. Okay, so on the PC, it's called Music Studio 8, and it's only $7. $7? It's not that bad. If it's only one payment, I think it is. It's only one payment. There's only one review and it's a 1 star. Okay. Okay, no reviews at all. Music app 8. So there's just one rating of 1 star. Music Studio 8. Let's see what people have to say about that online. I'm curious because I have a lot of ideas for music, but I'm not good with an instrument. Music Studio 8. Why is it called Music Studio 8? And I can't even find any review on it. Okay, I guess can't find anything. I'll have to try it. For tens. You try. I have the app. The app is pretty cool, but it's just that if you try to do like the drums or whatever with small fingers, it's not the best. But at least on a computer, you could click on the notes and try to do something decent. Simple Acre Homestead, thank you so much for stopping by. Sliding out, take care. All right, thank you so much for stopping by. Take care, and keep me posted if you have any ideas on videos to make. Just got home and saw you were on. Thought I would join for a few minutes. Well, that's good because that was actually not too long before I left. I just run out of ideas. I need to get someone to come on screen with me and have a nice interview like I usually do. I took time off doing interviews in the summer because I know people are busy. But I should have, what's his name again? Let me check. Stefan Sobkowiak, the Permaculture Orchard. Sobkowiak. So the guy's an expert. He's got over 200,000 subscribers. He is in Nova Scotia, I think. And he has a lot of wonderful information. So I want to have him on here. He told me he was going to be available in this, more in like in the fall, because in the summer he's very, very busy. What's this video? He has a lot of videos I need to watch. But he's one of the people I want to have to interview. And honestly, if anyone in the chat wants to be interviewed and have a chance to be promoted on my channel, maybe get a few more extra subscribers from it, just send me an email, and it'll be my pleasure to do so. I think I might be interviewed on the Vineyard Chicks on Sunday. Hopefully I have time to do everything I need to do. My dad wants to go set the pews on Sunday instead. I'm also going to be looking for a little guitar for my daughter for Christmas. So if anyone knows where to find a nice one for not too expensive, let me know. I have a family of musicians. So we have Alexa that plays guitar, the ukulele. She can play bass, although she doesn't have one. She wants one. She can play the drums. She can play a little bit of piano. We have Anthony that's starting to play a little bit of guitar. Oh, and Alexa sings like an angel as well. Anthony starting to play the guitar a little bit. But he's more into like building stuff, repairing stuff. He wants to be paramedic when he gets older, and I'm sure he'll be very good at that. He's very good at building like constructions and stuff. He's helping the father-in-law a lot in renovating his house, so I might use him in the future to help me with home renovations here. Clodie is actually a very good singer. She's a little bit shy, but she sings very well. She can play the saxophone a little bit, I think. And she has a few songs. She can play a few songs on the piano, and she wants to have a guitar. Miley has a xylophone here. and she wants to sing and she likes dancing, that kind of stuff. Lucas doesn't really care about music yet. He might get there at some point, but and I can play um, flute. I can play a little bit of guitar. I can do maybe like 2, 3 different beats on the drums. I can probably manage to follow someone on a bass if I had to. I can understand a piano, although I can't play, but I want to learn. And I want to have a piano just to start those online self-learning little class there. I would love to play piano. All right, thank you for stopping by. I'm actually going to go as well. Yeah, I guess I can play the spoon, you know. Those are pretty easy to play. I used to be able to play the harmonica. Like I could play a few songs, but I haven't had an harmonica in ages. So I don't know. I guess I'll see what happens if I can start playing music again. That would be pretty awesome. All right. Well, I'm out of things to say, so I will try to find someone to interview for the future, have something more interesting to say than just me being here talking about my week, especially since I'm not doing much. I mean, harvesting season is done, growing season is done, obviously. I haven't gone hunting really yet. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I think I saw a post that it was coming out the next day, and that was a few days ago. So I'm glad he's finally home. Hopefully, he gets better and better every day. So I'm very, very happy for everyone in your family. That's very, very good news. So yeah, hopefully I'll have some more interesting stuff to talk about in the future. So thank you everyone to stop by. That was a good part of our week. The bad part is our minivan is in the shop. We hit a coyote two nights ago. Well, if everyone is still safe, nobody got hurt, that's the main thing. I mean, I also have to bring my Jeep to the garage. Need to change the winter tires and that kind of stuff. But, as long as I have a roof on my head, as long as I have food in my belly, and as long as the kids are healthy, it's all I can ask for. That's good. Take care, everyone. Bye.